Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today's a great day if it's your first time. We have over $5,000 in sales going out for the weekend. I never thought I'd say that. It's kind of amazing. So we have a lot of high dollar items in this video, but I'm also going to show you those lower dollar because those bread and butter items definitely add up. Over $5,000 on eBay alone, and we have a $300 Etsy sale, which I'm super excited to show you. So Etsy is starting to move a little bit. So let's take a look at what sold. I'm going to point out a few things on the high dollar items that sold that might change up your sourcing game. So let's go ahead and take a look. So there are not a ton of items going out. There are only 25, which is pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. Because there are several high dollar ones, the average sales price is pretty high. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start off with a $325 Etsy sale. It is all Ken Edwards Tonala. So the first is the little creamer here with the bluebird and the butterfly. They are again signed with KE for Ken Edwards. If you do not know that mark, then I would suggest learning it. And then she bought 2 sets of 4 of the salad plates, which they're all different designs. You can see the birds flying there. Here he's just sitting there. They are all again signed with KE for Ken Edwards. These are little 7-inch plates. So she paid $100 per set for 2 sets, so that was $200. The creamer was $50, and then the rest is a set of 4 tumblers, which are super cute as well. These are pretty similar in design on the tumblers. So all in all, on those pieces, I am about $65 in, so that is going to be over a $200 profit on Etsy. So I am brand new to Etsy, not too familiar and comfortable with the platform yet, I'm not going to lie, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. I am running a 15% off sale. I wanted to say 20. I'm running 15% off sale. That definitely seems to be helping. I am marking my items up 30% from eBay. And so I'm getting 15% higher than I would have got on eBay, and that sale was absolutely amazing. So really, really happy. Hopefully this trend will continue on Etsy. And yeah, so let's get over to eBay. 25 items. I'm actually going to show you 27, and 2 of these I am waiting on payment. The buyer actually messaged me, asked me if I would accept $300 a piece for 2 items and combined shipping. I told them yes. They have good feedback, so I have no doubt that they are going to pay. And I want to make sure that I show you these because I probably won't do a video tomorrow when I'm packing out. First is this little Longaberger basket, and this one is $19.98. This one is Sweetheart Be Mine, and I did find that by Google Lens. Again, if you're looking at Longaberger, they are all stamped with Longaberger. They are worth more with the plastic protector and the liner. I paid $8 for this one. This one sold for $15.75, plus the buyer paid $9 in shipping. So this one is going to be about a $7 profit. This is one of the lower profit ones, but I'm okay with that because there were quite a few high dollar Longaberger in the lots that I got. Tonala sold on eBay as well. Let me show you. I am just going to show you one, but it is a set of 4 dinner plates. This is a really, really nice set. And actually the buyer on Etsy wanted these, and she wanted me to show her photos of the designs of the 4 that were left because we already sold 2 sets of dinner plates at the $125 price point. I had to write her and say, hey, the last set of dinner plates just sold out. I'm so sorry. I do have the salad plates left, or I have bigger 11-inch dinner plates. She said she was more interested in the smaller plates. So that messaging and keeping contact with her and letting her know they did sell out somewhere else. And I still had other Ken Edwards got me a $300 sale. So 4 of these sold for $125.99. I'm $20 in. They're about an $85 profit. Sold in under a month. And we are now $300 in the profit on the Ken Edwards lots that I bought. So paying up definitely is paying off. And the buyer also paid $31 in shipping for these. These plates are heavy. They are close to 2 pounds each. So that is why the fee is so high. So again, Tanala, Ken Edwards, I put Bluebird, I put flowers, I put dinner plate, I put signed. There's your signature. So keep an eye out for Tanala. Next, we sold Three Kingdoms. This is a DVD. I paid $1 and this one sold for $4.89. So it's actually only about $1 profit after I paid my niece to list it. And then I'll go ahead and show you the one Facebook sale. We only had one this weekend, and it is this Mystery Men. It sold for $6 on Facebook. Up and next is this really pretty sterling and abalone brooch. This is going out to a viewer. This is going out to Miss Susanna. So Miss Susanna, thank you so much for your purchase. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And she got this one for $15.74, plus she paid $5 in shipping. So I paid about $5. This one's going to be about an $8 or $9 profit. I like the sterling and abalone. They're not super high, but you can typically get them for like $5. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for them because they typically only sell for about $15 to $20. Next is a Goodwill find. This is Ansley. Does still have the Goodwill sticker there on it for $5.99. I picked this up down in South Florida. This is some really nice placemats. So these are the Ansley placemats. If you don't know, Ansley is an amazing China company to remember, especially for teacups and teapots. They sell really high. So these 6 placemats sold for $35. So they're going to be about a $25 profit. They sold in under a month. I'm going to have to get that Goodwill sticker off of there before I ship these. Up next is this TomTom GPS. I picked this up for $5 at a church sale. I kind of think of GPSs as kind of like outdated because most of us use our phones and a lot of the new cars have the GPS built in, but they still sell. Paid $5 at the church sale. It sold for $38.49, plus the buyer paid $9.65 in shipping. So this is about a $30 profit and sold in about 2 months. These are not named. It's just a rhinestone brooch with some clip-on earrings to match. I paid about $5 for these. I'll take out the brooch so you can see it there. Again, not marked. And this set sold for $22, plus the buyer paid $5.50 in shipping, making it about probably about a $13 profit after fees. First of the high dollar items, and it's teeny tiny. This little itty bitty, and I showed it on my haul. This is Cinderella, and this is Surprise is the name of it. The thing I wanted to point out, this one was made in Thailand, and I will show you the other couple. So I paid $160 for this tiny little basket. I paid $160. Sold for $350. Plus the buyer paid $27 in shipping. It is going international. Turn on the international sales and don't pass up little stuff. And like, honestly, if this had not been on an auction and I saw it sitting somewhere, I probably would not have picked it up. Again, little basket with mice. This is WDCC, the Walt Disney Collectors Club. That is what this is from, and it sold really fast. Up next, and I'm pretty disappointed with the price I got on these. I am not gonna lie to you guys, I expected to get more, but they were sitting in my store for over 6 months, so I sent a high offer off. These do say they were made in Spain. I only paid like $1 in a lot, so I didn't pay a ton, but the two together only sold for $15.49. Plus the buyer paid $17 in shipping. So they're going to be about a $10 profit, but they're like, they're really nice. And I really did expect them to sell for more. That does happen sometimes. And I'll tell you, at some point, if you've had stuff for a long time, you need to take a step back and assess whether you want to get your money back, make a little bit of profit so that you can buy more inventory that will be fresh and the longer you've been doing it, the better inventory you should be picking up because you are learning. So at some point you have to say, okay, I gotta just let this stuff go, let it sell. I made a profit and now I have money to buy more things that are better for my store. Next, this one I believe is a Blue Ridge Pottery. This is the daisy pattern. It is an unmarked one. This one I got $20.98. I only paid, I think, $2 for this. So it's going to be about a $15 profit. It took a long time to sell, and another one that I'm surprised it took so long to sell, but it is okay. Buyer paid $15 in shipping, and this one will be about a $15 profit after fees. Keep an eye out. I know a lot of pottery and plates, you really have to pay attention to the sell-through rate. So what does that mean? If there are 10 of these listed and 2 have sold, they're obviously not selling fast. What you want to see when you look for something is more sold than listed is ideal. That means it's a very, very popular item, or at least like the same amount sold as listed. I try to only get stuff that is like, if there's 100 listed, at least 50 have sold, because that's not a horrible, that's a 50% sell through, and I am okay with that for my business model. You do have to decide for yourself. Some people only source really fast selling items, but for me, I'm okay with stuff sitting here. I just hope it sells for more. As you saw with the last pieces before this one, doesn't always happen, and that's just part of reselling business. You know, you're gonna have some stuff that kind of lets you down, and then you're gonna have stuff like I'll show you next stuff that blows your mind and you're like, whoa, and it makes up for the other stuff. All right, so I'm gonna show you the 2 items that sold for $300. I will tell you, when I did my research, one of these I thought would only sell for $135, and the other one I thought for $250, but I'm gonna tell you why I priced them higher, and I'm gonna tell you why I think I got higher. So these are both Harmony Kingdom. This is what I want to point out. These were made in China. You know, it's still Disney, and obviously it's still sold high. These are cute little, this one is Finding Nemo, and they're like little trinket boxes. This one has jelly hiding inside, and it does have the Disney stamp. You would easily be able to look this up by the bottom, okay? And I researched everything in that Disney auction. It took me hours and hours and hours. So that one sold for $300. I paid $60 for it. And the thing with why I priced it higher, which is what I want to tell you guys. So the last ones had only sold around $150. But there were none available. Mine was the only one available. These are both limited edition, and I had them both listed at $350. Both of them, the last ones only sold for $150. But guess what? When you have the only one on the market, you can command a higher price. So pay attention to if there's stuff listed as well as those sold comps, because if those sold comps, like there's a ton sold and none listed, you have the upper hand with that buyer because supply and demand. There's no supply, and there's obviously a demand for it. So this is the next one. This is Incredibles, and this one is another one. It's Harmony Kingdom, made in China, 2005, so they're not even vintage. A little trinket box. This one has Jack hiding inside, and again, $300. I paid $55. So between the 2 of these, this is about a $500 profit, and they're little. They're not even big. They are fragile. They could break, so we are going to have to protect them, but they're small, and they sold in about a month. So keep an eye out. Don't always exclude that made from China stuff, because there's a lot of made from China or made in China that sells really high. So don't discount it. If you see made in China, I would still look it up depending on what it is. And then a courting couple. This is a really, like, I like the shape of this plate. There's a little courting couple. This one does say made in Japan on the back. This one I paid $1. It sold for $11.19. It's about a $9 profit, but I love courting couple stuff. I really believe in reselling. You should pick up what you like. You know, you might have to stray outside of it and pick up other stuff to like bring in more money, But I say still pick up the stuff you like, even if it's like a smaller profit like that, because having stuff that you enjoy around kind of keeps me motivated to list more because I like it. So I have fun taking pictures of it. I have fun listing it. And it's okay if it doesn't all make a big profit. What matters is what adds up. And what I'm showing you right now added up to over $5,000. And this is another thing I liked. Not a big profit. I paid $5 and he sold for $16. He is a little pewter, or actually he's brass. He's pewter colored, but he's brass, made in Hong Kong. Little duck with wheels, little piggy bank. I paid $5 for him at the flea market. He sold for $16, so he's about a $9 profit as well. And then I love these. I love these little Millefiori. This one I paid $5 for. It sold for $20.99. Buyer paid $5 in shipping. So this one is about $13 profit. Next are two Florida license plates, Citrus County. I got these two for $2 and these two sold for $20.99. So we are making about a $15 profit. I always pick up license plates if they are $2. I don't really care where they're from or how old they are because they typically will sell for at least $15. And yeah, so pretty good profit. Some of the older ones, and depending on the print that's on them and the state, they could sell for a lot of money. It's these itty bitty sterling earrings. These are really pretty with like the blue moonstone there. These sold for $15. I'm only a couple dollars in. These are about a $10 profit. And those earrings took about 2 months to sell. Then this sold fast, like in hours. This is a Mid-South galvanizing. This is a Zippo. I didn't pay much for these Zippos. This is a death pile item. It's been sitting here a while, was just listed, sold in an hour for $31. This is over a $25 profit. Keep an eye out for Zippos, especially advertising ones, and some of them are really big money. Mid-South Galvanizing was not like a company that I could find much about, but I had offers within 2 minutes of listing it, and then I accepted the $31 offer in about an hour and a half after it sold, or after it was listed. It's cold. It's cold. You see I'm in a sweatshirt, right? The heater is blowing on me. It's 30 degrees in Florida. No, I know a lot of you have colder weather. I know you have colder weather, but I am not a cold weather person. I was born and raised in Florida. I don't like it under 60. So this 30-degree ice everywhere is just not my thing. I need to like move further south for the winter. Go down the Florida Keys or something. But yeah, so if you are snowed in, and as some of you have actually sent me pictures, if you are snowed in and in the cold, I'm sorry. Move south. Move south. That's my advice for that. Next is a little Mexico sombrero man with a cactus. Sold for $3.50 for this. It's been here over a year. About $1.50 profit. And then a Build-A-Bear patch. This Build-A-Bear patch sold for $2.58 plus buyer paid $4 in shipping. This one is about $1 profit too. And then this one sold in about 2 weeks. This is a little charm bracelet. Some of the charms are sterling. I paid $5. This one sold for $30 plus the buyer paid $5 in shipping. That one's going to be about a $23 profit. And then this mug, which is really cool. Mugs is another thing. So this one's Siegfried and Roy. I really like the pink inside of that. I've had this for about 6 months, so I've had it for a little bit, but I paid 50 cents for it. It sold for $20.98, so it's about a $17 profit. And mugs is one thing at the thrift store. You can typically get them for like 2 for $1 or a quarter at like church thrift stores. And they don't necessarily sell fast, but if you have somewhere you can just put a stack of mugs, I would, if they're interesting. Definitely the destination ones sell. Disney, of course, Starbucks. If you don't know yet, some of the Starbucks mugs are major bolos that sell for hundreds of dollars. So just keep an eye out. Just peek in the mugs. That's all I'm saying. When you're sourcing, peek in the mugs. I'm not a big clothes seller. This is a red Pendleton suit. Here's the tag for you clothes sellers. Pendleton suit. Paid $1 in a personal buyout. I picked a bunch of stuff out of her closet, just stuff that I thought would sell. This one sold for $41.99 in about 5 months. So it did take a little while, but it's about a $35 profit. It is vintage. It made in Portland, Oregon. I'm sure that helped. And it's not just a shirt, guys. It does have a pair of pants to make it a suit underneath there. So really, really good profit on those. Next, this is a good sale too. This is Rosenthal. So it is marked. Again, if you see these, to look them up, they have the name. It's a little pitcher and creamer. I separated it. I had a big set. The pitcher and the creamer sold for $59.49. I paid $10. This is about a $45 profit. With my dish sets, I very rarely ship more than 4 pieces. I just do not want to deal with it. If they buy more, like that Tanala order, I will ship it, but I would rather ship 4 or less. And then I'm not going to bring it over here. I sold this amazing vintage needlepoint chair. I will put it up beside me while I am talking. Needlepoint vintage stuff sells, whether it's pillows, chairs, footstools, purses. It sells. Watch for it. Watch for it. This chair sold in under a month for $209. I am $5 in a personal buyout. It should be about $160 profit, but it's not going to be because eBay messed up my shipping. I do not know how, but this buyer only paid $35 to ship this chair. Major ball drop on eBay's point. Not sure what happened. I have a box I'm going to put it in. I'm going to check USPS and UPS. Luckily, it's just going up the East Coast. So I'm hoping I'll only lose maybe 50 bucks on shipping. And a lot of you might ask, like, why don't I go after eBay for that? I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm really busy. I've got a ton of stuff going on, and that's just not something I want to pursue. It happens in business. You lose a little money. It is not something happening frequently and regular. So as long as it's like 50 bucks or less, I'll still make over $100 profit, and I'm just not going to waste any of my time on it because I don't have that time to spare. Next, and because it's cold in Florida, I'm selling Florida scarves. I did put spell out on this, guys. If stuff is spelled out like this, spell out is something people look for. I paid $1 for this Florida scarf. It sold for $14, plus the buyer paid $5.95 in shipping, making it about an $11 profit. Next, this is a Wheaton, and it has the W here. That is how I know. This is orange and blue, kind of Florida Gator colors, just like the scarf. This one I paid $5 for. It sold for $33.14, plus the buyer paid $10 in shipping. Most of these paperweights do end up a pound or over once they are boxed, so I do ship them at a 2-pound rate. That one's going to be about a $22 profit. All right, we are at the end. So the last thing to sell, $2,400 Lladró gondola. I'm going to put a clip. I'm going to show you. But let me show you right now. Let's look at the clip. So here is the big Lladró that sold. This one, it did have some damage, and I did tell the buyer we did have to glue back on this gondola stick holder, and this base is separate. So I've now accepted a U-ship quote. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the U-ship quote and how much the buyer paid and how much I am paying for shipping. But this is an absolutely amazing piece. If you cannot tell the size, it is 30 inches. This is a 2.5 foot boat, and this was the biggest sale of the weekend. All right, now let's talk about U-ship. U-ship used to have to, where you could put your zip code, buyer's zip code, what it was, and give you an estimate on the freight. I cannot find that function anymore, and I was like, oh crap. The buyer paid $130 in shipping on this piece. Which if I box it would be enough if I sent it FedEx. I am not going to. I am sending it U-ship. And of course, they live on the other side of the country in California. I've never had to U-ship anything. So I paid $600 for this piece. It was $750 with the auction fees. And it sold for $2,400. Fees will probably be about $400. So there you have right at like $1,000. So I've got $1,400. So I figured, and they paid $100, so really I've got $1,500. So I figure, and I told them, because they wanted to give me $2,200, because I told them it has been repaired where they're holding the gondola. I said, where are you located? And I'll tell you if I can do $2,200. They told me California. I said, absolutely not. I said, what I'm going to do is you pay whatever for shipping, the $130. I will pay the rest to have this piece hand delivered to your house. Then I couldn't find the UShip quotes, so they make you like submit it and then people put quotes. I got one quote, guys, one quote for $500, which is what I was thinking. I'm glad I like kind of had it in my head. And even after paying that $500, I still make right under $1,000 profit on this piece, and it sold in under 2 months, close to like a month and a half. So the UShip driver is actually in California, so they said they're leaving California today, headed this way, and once they get closer, they will let me know. It will probably be picked up February 1st, and then they'll turn around and drive back across the country to California and deliver it to my buyer. So I have emailed my buyer to let them know the tentative pickup date for the gondola is February 1st, and I will keep you guys updated. So luckily I got the one bid, because from Florida to California hand delivered, that's a long way. So me getting stuff up on the East Coast, which is where most of my furniture has went, is not hard, because a lot of people run up and down the East Coast. But to go from Florida to California, I'm glad I got the bid. I'm okay with the $500. I did pay $50 extra for insurance. I normally do not take out UShip insurance. This time I did. $2,400 item. I would rather pay $50 for peace of mind in case something happens. That's a long way to travel. That's a really long way. So I did take out the extra insurance. And yeah, so $5,000 in sales. How amazing is that? Like, how amazing. Do you see my little dolphin? It says life is good. I don't know if you can see it. It says life is good under him. Brad got me this sweatshirt for Christmas. And yeah, so we are going to be live tomorrow night and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be myself and my co-host Julian, who actually I think has passed me in subscribers today, which is amazing. So congrats to you, Julian. I am so happy for you. It couldn't happen to a better person. I'm thrilled. And then we will be joined by Dom, Primetime Treasure Hunter. So I'm really happy to have him back on, as well as my friend Regina Michelle. So it will be an absolutely amazing night. Make sure you join us tomorrow and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live show. I appreciate you watching. I've got to get to packing. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.